Too independent for radio and not handsome enough for TV, it's the Walt Bonetti Podcast.
Welcome to episode 22 of the Walt Bonetti Podcast for February 1st. The Walt Bonetti Podcast is brought to you by the Original Italian Pie of Kenner and Coppa Donut. In just a few minutes, I'll be telling you about Entergy because they're spending a bunch of money in New Orleans East, and this time it isn't for a councilwoman's parade. The seat hopping begins on the Jefferson Parish Council, and a woman can't stop touching herself. But first, these quick hits. Baton Rouge Bishop Michael Duca released the names of 37 clergy who were removed after they were accused of sexually abusing minors. The sad story continues. Saints quarterback Drew Brees won't be playing in the Super Bowl Sunday, but he did announce that a just-retired Mississippi veteran will be attending the game. Patrick Gray, a Sergeant First Class and a lifelong Saints fan, was awarded the trip courtesy of USAA Insurance and the USO. In Jefferson Parish, the council seat hopping began in earnest. District 1 Councilman Ricky Templet, who was term limited, announced he will seek the council-at-large Division A seat, held by the also term-limited Chris Roberts, who is rumored to be considering jumping back to the D1 seat he held before he jumped to at-large. District 2 Councilman Paul Johnston, who routinely jumped from Harahan Council to mayor and back before jumping to the Jefferson Parish Council, and is also term-limited, announced he will seek the Division B seat that will be vacated due to Cynthia Lee Shang seeking the parish presidency. And former Jefferson Parish Chief Administrative Officer and architect of the Harahan River Ridge Stench, Keith Conley, said he will run at large, but he doesn't know which seat yet. But since Johnston is aligned with Jefferson Parish Minister of Propaganda Greg Buson, Conley will run against Templet, when he decides to tell us, of course. Or when Mike Yenny allows him to tell us. I have long been an opponent of at-large council seats because I think they serve no purpose, really. There should only be one person who is elected citywide or parish-wide, and that is a mayor or a parish president. I believe that the people of a city or a parish are far better served by having more district council members and eliminating at-large positions entirely. That would mean that district council members would have smaller districts and be more responsive to their constituents. That's what government should be about, right? Responding to constituents and constituents' needs. Too often elected officials jump from a district council seat to an at-large seat, thinking it's a promotion, thinking they're doing better, when the reality is they just have the name recognition and they have the money from years of sitting on a council and acquiring campaign contributions. They aren't promoted to at-large because they've done a fantastic job. They're promoted because they have the money, and they have the campaign contributions, and they have the contractors on their side. It's the machine pushing forward the machine and the machine's candidates. And that's not right. That doesn't serve us, the citizens. And it's not just Jefferson Parish. New Orleans does the same thing, and a lot of cities do. It isn't right. It needs to be fixed, but the people who can fix it are the politicians, and because it benefits them, it will never get fixed. Seat hopping from district to at-large back to district serves no one except the politicians themselves and their campaign contributors. It is everything that is wrong with politics today. We wanted term limits in Jefferson Parish. We wanted it. We voted for it. But no one envisioned that we would allow council members to hop back and forth. We allowed this to happen, but we voted on rules that were written by the politicians themselves. And now we're paying the price. Term limits should mean just that. Term limits. You have 8 years on the council. If you can't get done what you need to do in 8 years, if you can't serve the people of Jefferson Parish, or the people of the city of New Orleans, or the people of the city of Kenner, or the people of wherever, then you should not be in elected office. Being on the council should not be a 16-year proposition or a 24-year proposition if you want to go from district to at-large back to district. You shouldn't be a council member for most of your adult life. Look, Ricky Template is a nice guy. Paul Johnston is a nice guy. I've known them both for probably 12, 13 years. Easily. But I think it says something right there. When the entire time that I've known you, you've been an elected official in one capacity or another. And in the case of Paul Johnston, he was an elected official before I knew him. Don't you think it's time that you went out and got a real job? Or retired? Do something else. The government's not going to fall apart if you're not in it. And now this. You know, on Friday, my go-to staple is the seafood stuffed ravioli at the Original Italian Pie of Kenner. Ravioli, stuffed with crab meat and shrimp, and covered in a creamy and spicy sauce, and topped with even more shrimp, and garlic bread. And I get the Mediterranean salad, without olives, of course, with the sun-dried tomato dressing. It's phenomenal. But it doesn't have to be Friday for me to enjoy the seafood stuffed ravioli at the Original Italian Pie of Kenner, or enjoy anything there. They have incredible salads, sandwiches, calzones, wraps, pasta, and pizza. No matter what you're hungry for, or no matter what you're in the mood for, the Italian Pie has it. You can dine in. They're at 3600 Williams Boulevard, just a little bit north of West Esplanade, or you can call 469-4999, and they'll have your order ready for pickup, or they'll even bring it to your home or your office. What could be easier than that? Great food, no cooking, no dishes, no mess, no fuss. Just leave it to the Original Italian Pie of Kenner. 3600 Williams Boulevard, 469-4999. Look, I admit it. I love donuts. I do. And I've eaten donuts just about everywhere, from the national chains to a lot of local chains to local mom and pop stores. But my favorite donut truly is from Capa Donut. I love the Boston cream donuts there. Large, cream-filled donuts topped with chocolate. What could be better than that, right? Well, now Capa Donut is selling king cakes. King cakes from Capa Donut. You can call ahead, pre-order your king cake, so you will have one with your name on it, or 2 or 3, so you won't disappoint your friends or your family when you come home empty-handed, when they don't have your favorite king cake at the big box store or at your grocery store. Just call Capa Donut, 305-4858. They will make your king cake specially for you, and it'll be wonderful, and you'll thank me later. It's Capa Donut, 2321 West Esplanade in the Kenner Market Center, 305-4858. Capa Donut is great donuts and more.
Now, there's one thing you might have noticed I don't complain about. Politicians. Everybody complains about politicians. Everybody says they suck.
Walt Bonetti.
Welcome back. Thanks again for spending part of your day with the podcast. Entergy revealed that they've already spent $96 million on the New Orleans East Power Plant that the New Orleans City Council approved last year, and may reconsider after Entergy paid actors to attend and speak at a New Orleans City Council meeting. Oops. Entergy says the new plant would bring reliable power to many in New Orleans and stop Mylar balloons from causing massive power outages. Okay, Entergy didn't really say the Mylar balloon part. Entergy New Orleans CEO David Ellis did say, quote, delays would not only result in additional cost, but they would leave customers unreasonably exposed to reliability risks from a longer period than is necessary. Reliability risks with Entergy? Say it isn't so. Since Entergy already spent almost $100 million on the plant, having the New Orleans City Council reverse course and vote against the plant now would do no good and create a huge loss for ratepayers. Look, if the council wants to symbolically fine Entergy, even if it's really just hurting its own citizens in a desperate attempt to raise cash for the city and save face, that's one thing. But a $100 million waste? That's another. If the council does foolishly stop the power plant now, ratepayers will be paying for it for at least the next year. Yes, Entergy screwed up by having plants show up to show support for the project. But that doesn't mean everyone should pay, and the New Orleans City Council needs to realize that. If the council wants to take action against Entergy, they should also censure one of their own, Councilwoman Cindy Wynn. She strong-armed Entergy into sponsoring a parade in New Orleans East that funneled thousands of dollars to a campaign contributor. And the parade had her name on it. It was Cindy Wynn's holiday parade. But she gets a pass, right? Just business as usual in New Orleans politics. A Florida man spent 41 days in jail over the Christmas and New Year's holiday after police found a white powdery substance wrapped in plastic in the driver's side door of his car. Deputy Stephen O'Leary told Matt Kroll the substance was heroin, 92 grams of heroin. Kroll said he bought the van 3 weeks prior and the former owner must have left it in there, but police weren't buying his explanation. The white powder turned out to be Tide detergent, and Deputy O'Leary has been fired. A woman was arrested after she was spotted holding a silver object against her sexual organs outside of a hotel. After masturbating near the hotel, the woman went into a restaurant and continued her sexual hijinks. Dovie Nichols, 26, was charged with indecent exposure. After officers arrived and put Nichols in the police car, she continued to pleasure herself. What's the term I'm looking for? Insatiable. Yeah, that's it. Insatiable. Well, that puts a wrap on today's podcast. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, topics, story ideas, please email me, waltbradio@gmail.com. That's waltbradio@gmail.com. Don't forget, please support our sponsors, the Original Italian Pie of Kenner, 3600 Williams Boulevard, just a little bit north of West Esplanade. You can dine in or you can call 469-4999. That's 469-4999, and they'll have your order ready for pickup or they will deliver it to your home or your office. And Coppa Donut, 2321 West Esplanade in the Kenner Market Center. Coppa Donut is now making king cakes. You can call them and pre-order your king cake so you won't disappoint your family. 305-4858 is your key to king cake nirvana. Coppa Donut is great donuts and a whole lot more. As we tell you every day, you have the whole weekend. Please be a blessing. Change someone's life or change the lives of many people this weekend. Do something nice just because. Thanks for listening.
Walt Bonetti.